Biar Mononal Dimension Commentary Uno. Keep watching Transit TV and stay remote for premium content. Otra vez, adios.
I'm Tochku Michael. Keep watching Transit TV.
Me, personally, my areas of interest is interesting. Remo Stars, I want them to win the league. They're top of the table right now. Heartland is my first team. They're in the middle of the table. And I also have a soft spot for Ikorodu City because I lived in Lagos for 15 years. So it's like a second home for me in Nigeria. And I like to see small teams like new teams, people who. Transit TV NPFL is back. Victor is back in the studios, and yeah, a remarkable weekend. 10 games gone in NPFL, and Remo Stars finally are on top of the table. Rivers United finally lost a game. Their unbeaten run is finished. Academy Warriors remain the only unbeaten team in the NPFL so far after 10 games, though they have 7 draws to 8. They won their game this weekend. I'm here with Victor, my man, to give you some very important highlights of the NPFL this weekend, match day 10. Victor, you are welcome to the show. What's just one thing that is remarkable that happened this weekend before we give them the results for the weekend?
Okay, one remarkable thing that happened in my life or in the NPFL. Which
in
one?
The NPFL.
In the NPFL.
You can give us in your life too if you don't mind sharing.
Maybe some other time I'll talk about that.
Okay.
But in the NPFL, it's the fact that Rivers United finally lost, and that is remarkable. And
exactly.
I don't feel good about it for some reasons, but we'll delve into that. Anyways, welcome to another edition of the NPFL Roundup on Transit TV.
Yes. Viewers out there, don't forget, before we start, let's remind you again, this video, we need 50 likes. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now. And a lot of you say, I need to log on to my Google. Please do that password change now. Log on to your Google. Subscribe to this channel because there's so much content coming up on these studios. We're doing a EPL Champions League is this weekend. We're going to have some highlights. We'll have highlights of those games and also our discussions. Don't forget our referees controversial decisions show as well coming up tomorrow. So you need to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of these shows on the studios. And again, encourage what we are doing here, doing the hard work. People like Victor, Samuel, Ugum, my brother, doing all the hard work to keep this community going. Please, you guys need to support us. And before we go ahead too, I had to go to Ugum as well. He lost a very close brother-in-law. That's why he's not on the show this weekend, and it's really a very difficult time for him and his family. Our prayers go to them. We hope to have him back on the studio soon. Yeah. Let's give you the rundown of the results for the weekend. Week 10 or match day 10, the way they call it in NPFL. We have Academy Warriors who have remained unbeaten at home, winning Castina United 1-0. Baisa United 1-1 to Enyimba at home. Aqua United playing at home beat Kwara United 2-1. Kano Pillars won their game against Plateau United. That's a middle belt or northern derby, right? Their Kano Pillars won 2-1 against Plateau. Sunshine Stars lost at home to Bendel Insurance. Bendel Insurance are really coming up. Then the biggest result of the weekend, my own Heartland away to Abia Warriors, winning 2-0. And Remo Stars beat Lobby Stars 1-0 at home. Enugu Rangers winning at home 2-0 to Nasarawa United. Ikorodu City as well won again 2-0 to Rivers United. Of all people, Ikorodu City are giant killers. You remember last weekend, they almost got a draw away to Enyimba. And the last of the results is Tornadoes winning at home 2-0 to Shooting Stars. Victor, it's quite an interesting weekend. I'm dealing with smiles. Yeah, Amuneke is doing things in a way. I don't know. What did you get from? Do you have anything for our viewers from that game?
Well, for this particular match day, it's one of those match days where I was seated in my house. And, anytime I'm seated in my house, I have an opportunity of getting updates from all the centers, unlike when I'm moving around from stadium to stadium.
Yeah.
But this particular match day was actually interesting because all the games started by 4 p.m. So it was almost goal rush hour for us in the NPFL. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
But for Amuneke and Abia Warriors, I wasn't particularly keenly interested in that game. It used to be a very big tie. It used to be the Oriental Derby.
Oriental Derby, yeah.
It used to have the glamour, yeah. It used to have the glamour and all that. But for me, I don't think there's any derby in the East now that's actually as big and huge as Enugu Rangers versus Eimba, because of maybe you could say what happened the last time. So I was not really interested in what will happen in this game. But surprisingly, Amuneke stunned us, Abia Warriors. It doesn't happen regularly. You don't go to beat Abia Warriors at their home stadium.
Their home stadium. 2-0.
But, yeah, two unreplied goals. I'm like, wow. What is happening? What is happening in this NPFL season? Last time out, Abia Warriors defeated Bender Insurance in Edo State, Benin City. And right now, Heartland from Owerri is going to Abia to beat Abia Warriors. It's actually interesting, and it shows you how competitive the NPFL is becoming. I couldn't get flashes, or we couldn't get visuals from any of the games this weekend because of some broadcasting issues, which we are still trying to get more information about it before we upload it and give you. We will have a session about that because no game was on TV this weekend. No game was on TV, so I can't really say about how Abia Warriors played and how Heartland played. But for me, I think it's remarkable. Actually, it's remarkable for Heartland to get an away victory in the NPFL. And it says a lot about them, surviving the league at the end of the day.
Yes. There is no way Asamoah would have missed this show, because I have a boat to pick with you, and I know you would have loved Chama to be here as well. Remo Stars are on top of the table. You won your game, and you come back to the top of the table. And how do you feel about that one? And I want to throw it back to you. Heartland won away to Abia Warriors, and this is 2 games straight now.
Wow.
That winning their game.
First of all, concerning Remo Stars topping the table, I feel good. I'm happy. And as well, Rivers United lost 2-0.
Exactly. The unbeaten run is gone.
He's cancelled, and that's the highlight of my weekend. Like that's the best thing that's happened to me this November. So there is hope. All of you can see that the season is still open for everybody. Even if Ikorodu City they are going now, I feel like they will finish well. We can't stay sharp, but it's unpredictable. And for Remo Stars, I don't even know. I can't say anything because in their next away game, after the result of their next away game, before I'll be able to say anything. For now, I'll just keep mute because whatever I say can and will be used against me on this show. So I can't say much about Remo Stars. For now, we win. It's even 1-0 for Lobby Stars. Lobby Stars that are struggling. They are not even good. They are forward, clinically finished. They are not good. But they still struggle to score 1-0. No, I won't say anything.
Well, there was important thing. Rivers United lost, so you're top of the table. So that's the most important thing. And you didn't want to mention my Heartland, my Amuneke. Say something about Heartland because he just avoided that one.
It's not just 2 games they've won. Yeah. Let's just keep quiet. It's just 2 games now. Let's watch them till like this November. After this November result, then we can ask that okay, they've arrived. But for now they can win by luck, and it's not by luck.
But this is the way to Abia Warriors 2-0. It's not by luck. 2-0 unreplied.
according to Victor, this is not predictable. So,
Okay.
I've seen them.
I hear you. You don't want to acknowledge Amuneke. You don't want to acknowledge Heartland. We are coming on top. Remember 2 weeks ago, Ugum told you that Amuneke would do good for Heartland. And since the day he said that, Heartland had been winning their games. I need to bring him back here next week so that he can give us another prediction. Maybe tell us that Heartland will win the league. Don't make me to stop supporting Remo.
No problem.
Yeah, Victor. Someone mentioned the Kudu City, right? They are beating Rivers United scoring 2 goals, even though it was at home. But I mean, that's a very fantastic result right there. I don't know how nobody saw this one coming. I know it was away, but still, how did this happen? Finidi's team usually have resilience, and they always like fight and find a way to get results. I don't know what happened this time.
Well, I've been at the receiving end right from when the game was ongoing in the second half. I've been at the receiving end, and my phone is buzzing, and I'm tired of replying people. I don't know what happened that Rivers United lost today, because I don't want to say injury or any other thing, because the players it's practically the same players Finidi has been using from match day 1 till now. And he didn't make any changes. The same players he brought from the bench. So it's just, it reminds us of the fact that sometimes you have bad days, and sometimes, your opponent can be better than you. And for Ikorodu City, they are a team that are trying to rise. They are trying to come up. They are still in that, bottom area on the log, but gradually they are beginning to get results. They played 1-1 with Heartland. They won their last home game, so gradually they are getting results. So they are proving to us that they are not pushovers. And for Rivers United, it's a lesson, and it's good that the loss has actually come now early in the season after 10 games. Rivers United finally lose, so they can take lessons from this particular one. For Rivers, I don't know what to possibly say again, because it makes the title race much more stiff. Because if you look at the table currently, they are second, the same goal difference, the same points, with Remo Stars. So it's band for band. And Rivers United, their next game is against Bayelsa United at home, and if they get to win that one, their next game is in Ikene with Remo Stars.
Remo Stars.
Whether anyone likes it or not, that game is decisive. It's decisive. And if they can be consistent in getting results, we are just going to be wowed this NPFL season. Just be wowed. And I'm here to sit there to expect anything, and then we'll report it as it comes.
Right, and this is the more reason why Remo Star has to win this season, because if they win, they'll be worthy champions. Everybody will know that they really worked for it. This is not going to be a walk away or walkover season. Talking about Ikorodu City there, and let me ask you some more. Ikorodu City, from what I gather, it looks like they actually spent money to try to get players. Is it that they are inexperienced at this level, or they lack quality, so to say? Is that the reason why they've been struggling?
You said, what did you say? Sorry.
No, I said Ikorodu City, their struggle in the beginning of the season, is it because of quality, or is just inexperience at this level? Because it looks like they really invested some money to get there.
Oh, okay. Ikorodu City, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like I said, I think the last time or the last 2 times we met, I mentioned something about players' performance and also the coach. If you notice, or their former coach, it was when he retired, they started winning their games.
Oh, okay. So it was.
So I would not say that problem was. So I would not say that the problem is from the players, because it's the same players that are winning games now that also lost under that coach's administration.
Yeah.
And I also said that when they were playing under that coach, if you watch them well, they played like they know what they are doing, but they just need this finishing, like this finishing touch, that there was something missing.
Yeah, you said it.
In the team.
I remember now.
So and now they have a new coach, and I think the coach has been able to fix what was broken in the team, and now that same squad is being able to win their games. So I feel like maybe it was the coach that was actually the coaching. Let me not just say the coach, because the coach is not just one person. There's the head coach, there's assistant coach. So maybe the coaching was actually the problem, not the players. Because the players, they play beautiful football, just that something was missing. Okay,
well, let's see. You know what they call my new manager's bounce? Maybe they're trying to impress the new coach. Let's see, after 5 games under this new coach, we'll know if it's for real or just the new manager's bounce. Before we go to the table, Victor, Bendel Insurance, it looks like they're also finally beginning to show the quality that they have, going away to win against the Sunshine Star. I know it's not far away from home, but I mean, it's still an away game. From Benin to Kwara, I don't know how far it is. But
I think that's Ondo.
Ondo, I mean, Sunshine Stars in Ondo, yes.
So for Bendel Insurance, it's not been a good start after 10 games. It's not been actually a good start for them. The fans are not, even with this away win, I don't think the fans are really impressed with what they've seen so far. In fact, even after 7-8 games, so some of them were really calling for the sack of Monday Odegi, or Monday Odegi, who is the coach of Bendel Insurance, because of the number of points they've lost at home this season. You know, teams will come to Benin and beat them, and they weren't even playing well, and some of them were giving reactions. This is not the Bendel Insurance we know. Bendel Insurance came from relegation not too long ago, and from relegation that season they were good. They were so good that they won the FA Cup, and which of course took them to the continent. The following season, not particularly so bad, but they managed to survive in the top half of the league. But this season, we don't really understand what's up with Bendel Insurance. It's not really clicked for them so far. But it's good you get an away point, because it helps you. How their next couple of games is what is going to matter for Monday Odige, because for me, I think his job is on the line. His job is on the line, and they are watching him. Although, I still have, some doubts, because the government of Edo State, they are about to hand over to a new government and a new administration. So a lot of things could change. I don't know whether it will, of course, it will impact the team's performance and generally everything that concerns Bendel Insurance. We'll see how it unfolds, but it's not been a good ride for Bendel Insurance so far, and hopefully they start picking points from here.
Wow, yeah, that means it looks like there's still bad days to come for Bendel Insurance. I thought they were going to start picking up from here, but we see sometimes you never know if the new governor might come in and have interest in sports and go there and give some ultimatum and backing, and and that will spur them on. So let's see how that goes. Samia, anything for Bendel before we go to the table?
Concerning Bendel Insurance, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if it's concerning returning coach, or Bendel Insurance is a political team. Just know that Bendel Insurance is not a normal NPFL team. So whatever happens in Bendel Insurance is very unpredictable, and it depends on the new government. So and the last this gist on I want bring so now long story, because the whole everybody that was working with this government, they were all in support of this. The people that won now, the government who won now, they were all in support of his opponent. So as a governor, when you come in position, I don't think you want to work with people who were in full support of your opponent. Yes, so they might clear some people out, they might retain, but just know that Bendel Insurance is not a normal NPFL team. It's a political team, and it is run under politics. And they don't care if there's any profit or loss. All they care is about their political benefits. Yeah. Ambition. So that's all I have to say about Bendel Insurance for now.
Wow. I'm still particularly impressed with what I've seen with Bendel Insurance in the last couple of years. if yes, I agree with this more that they are a political side, and if that's the standard of politics that is good if that's the standard of politics I've seen, it's good. Every other team should adopt it because if you look, they have a sponsor. They I think it's one bank that sponsors their jersey. I think the last administration when he came, he fixed up the stadium. And he did a lot of things, and Bender Insurance improved. He improved on the salary of the players because I think before now, Bender Insurance, there was a time that they used to do protests on the road to go to government house to go and beg them to get their salary on other administrations. But as this government, who is now outgoing, came, they fixed everything. And Bender Insurance, they returned Bender. Remember, Bender Insurance is a traditional team in the NPFL.
Yeah, of course.
And they returned them back into the top flight, made everything standard. For me, I won't blame the government or the administration for, the performance of Bender Insurance so far. I'll blame the coaching.
What he's saying is that the government coming in now that won the election, actually.
Yeah, he may drop them.
Exactly. We are not backed by the people who are working for Bender Insurance right now, and that means starting all over again. But my point is, if he's also a sports enthusiast, it's still going to work. Like you're supporting what you just said. If he's a sport loving governor, eventually it will still probably favor the team. Yeah. So let's go to our the NPFL table segment, and that's where it gets interesting. Like I said, this week, Remo Stars, after losing their top spot position I think it was in the 5th week of match day of the season, they've been struggling to go back on top of the table. They've gone back after their win, while Rivers United losing this weekend came to second position. So top flight, we have at top of the table we have Remo Stars 21 points after 10 games with 7 goals difference, the same goal difference with Rivers United, and Enyimba have maintained their third position, 18 points. Academy Warriors has moved to I think they were 4th position last weekend as well. They're still on the 4th position, 16 points with 3 goals difference. And the Rangers have moved to 5th position, 15 points. But the biggest limp of the week in the past 2 weeks is Heartland. Heartland has jumped to 12th on the table with 12 points. Can you believe this? This team was bottom of the table 3 weeks ago. And they are now 12th position on the table. This is really, really remarkable. Just behind the Bender Insurance. And at the bottom of the league is Lobby Stars, who lost this weekend, Aqua United, Bayelsa United, and Ikorodu City are now 17th. They are really going up from bottom of the table. They've jumped four positions to almost out of the relegation zone. Victor, this table is looking very interesting. I don't know what you have to. What was your highlight, the biggest highlight this weekend, in terms of movement by teams?
Well, just like you mentioned, Heartland 12th on the log is it should be among the best highlights for me. In fact, like I always say, in the NPFL, wait until match day 15. Yes, wait until match day 15, because I think after 15 match days, everywhere for the unbalance, we will know who is serious and who is not serious, who will struggle and who will not struggle. We will know who are the ones chasing for top 4 and those who are interested in the title race. But the NPFL season is always interesting because you can be 10th on the log and then lose one game and you see yourself in 19th. That's how interesting the league is. So everybody has to take their foot. They have to be consistent. You don't need to take your foot off the gas. Yeah, you have to always be, on the go. If not, you can see Rivers United, who have been unbeaten, winning games. Just this loss, they're taking them to second position, and now they are at the same points. Remo Stars have been dropping. We have been here talking about Remo Stars.
I'm telling you,
and now they're at the same point with Rivers United, so closely tied. So it's just the reality of how the NPFL works. We hope it ascends to the top. We hope it get there, and for me, it's interesting. A lot is happening that it gets you wild. And we
Yeah,
hope
yeah,
that
for our
it
viewers
gets
out
better
there,
as we go on.
yeah, we're telling our viewers out there, it's no longer the Nigerian league you used to know that every weekend you look at the home teams, they win, or the away games lose up, and away teams lose or get a draw, manage to get a draw. This is an interesting league. You need to get locked in this channel and get all these updates. For me personally, my areas of interest is interesting. Remo Stars, I want them to win the league. They're top of the table right now. Heartland is my first team. They're in the middle of the table. And I also have a soft spot for Ikorodu City because I lived in Lagos for 15 years. So it's like a second home for me in Nigeria. And I like to see small teams like new teams, people who invest into football and get a result for it. So I will hope that Ikorodu City will finally leave the relegation bat and start to look upwards. And this makes the league interesting as well, because for a small team, Ikorodu City is, the name alone sounds small because Ikorodu is like a city in Lagos. So, for you to have a team coming out of Ikorodu, that's huge. And playing in NPFL, it tells you
and it's a private team.
Yeah, exactly. So it tells you how ambitious the owners are. So they deserve to be supported. So I'm backing them, and I'm rooting for them as well. I hope that they don't get relegated this season, because for a small team like that, if they get relegated, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back. So I pray that they stay in top flight and begin to develop from there. Lagos is a huge city in Nigeria, and they need to have teams in the NPFL. Right now, there's none apart from Ikorodu City. Sporting Lagos have gone back on relegation. So it's to be a shame not to have a team from Lagos in the NPFL. Yeah, that is it for this weekend. Victor, anything for our fans before we end the show?
Yeah, stay locked on this channel as we give you all the updates. The NPFL runs till December, so there's no December break. So we are here to give you all the updates. And we'll also try as much as we can to give you the visuals and everything, all the buzz happening in and around the NPFL.
Yes, our viewers, very soon we're going to start getting the graphics, the highlights. We're going to be setting them into the video so that you can have some pictorial experience of what is going on in the league. Like we said, stay locked here. In 2 weeks' time, it's going to be the clash of the Titans, the top of the table clash between Rivers United and Remo Stars at Ikene. Someone will be there live and be bringing us, feeding us live feed from there, pictures, videos, highlights, and interviews. We'll try to get an interview with Finidi George, who has been running things in this league. Yeah, and that's it's something for our fans before we end this one.
Yeah, keep watching, stay tuned, support, and we'll do our best to always deliver to you guys. And it will be like you guys are present here, but we'll try our best. Thank you.
Okay, Samuel, don't forget, stay away from my Heartland. Otherwise, Remo Stars will not win the league. See you guys next time. Ciao.
Congratulations.
Bye.